Hello everyone, this is Upon Blue Jay, and we are back again playing Fnia Another Story. So, I forgot where we left off last time, but we met the Fnia girls, from what I remember, and we also went ahead and looked at the mysteries of what's going on with the computer. Someone turned off the cameras, and um, our names, or our name was in the files. So we're gonna go back into the game today, see what's going on there, if we can figure that out. And if I remember correctly while I'm playing through it the first time, there is a special someone who will be coming into the pizzeria and will be the main driving point of the story. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. When I woke up, the first thing I did was check my phone. There were no calls. Time 14:01. It turns out I slept for about 6 hours normally. I need to get ready and go to work. After a quick snack and changed clothes, I went to Nest for Customs. When I came to work, the first thing I noticed was May, who was changing the wheels of the car. I called out to him. "John, I'm glad to see you. How are you?" "Actually, not bad. I thought I would walk tired, but so far everything is fine." "It's good. Listen, I'm sorry that I added to your work. So to speak, that man accidentally mentioned that he need help, and I jokingly said that you can help." "It's alright. It's just police service. Besides, he'll pay me for it." "Whatever you say, John. Then let's get to work." "I think you will change the rules yourself." "Of course, and while I'm doing this, you'll take care of that phone over there." May nodded toward the car. I walked over to her car and set their phone on it. "What about the car?" "The owner complained about strange sounds while driving. Most likely something happened, either with the engine or with the suspension." "I understand you. I'll check out now." Strange sounds. There's no information to start the repair. You need to know at least what kind of strange sound or where it comes from. What could have broken depends on all this. Where's the sound coming from? "Noise in the valve drive area." Valves means hydraulic compensators and designed to control the movement of the intake and exhaust valves. The noise here is more often reduced if you increase the number of revolutions of the motor. Although the problem may also be in the hydraulic compensator, the noise of the hydraulic compensator indicates its wear on other pumps that begin due to carbon deposits on the engine parts. In addition, the reason may be hidden in low oil pressure, which is also considered a bad symptom. If the hydraulic compensator is jammed, an additive added to the engine oil can help. However, if nothing has changed after that, I will have to completely change the compensators. Such repairs will cost around some and can be performed qualitatively only to qualified specialists of car service, and it's definitely not me. I hope that the problem is the hydraulic compensator, although I probably should have tried easier ways to fix this problem first, but it doesn't matter. After I opened the hood of the car, the first thing I did was disconnect the terminals from the battery. After that, I removed the engine cover. Getting to this hydraulic compensator is not so easy. Well, it's like a part of the engine. Damn, it would be better to change the wheels of the cars. I disconnect the wires from the candles and coils, de-energize the nozzles, and disconnect the ventilation pipe. I put it on the floor near the car. I have a special toolbox on which I can put the disconnected parts, but what's the difference? After removing the oil dipstick and the mount, I unscrewed the nuts and bolts in the connection area of the cylinder block and a exhaust manifold. Then loosened the bolts of the belt castings of the gas distributor. I did this in order to remove the camshaft belt by loosening the tension roller. So many actions in order to remove one detail. This is how modern cars are arranged. I unscrew and remove the camshaft gears. Now it's not important not to loose the valves, and then it will be very fun to look for them all over the floor. Whew, while I'm reading this, it really sounds like I'm, if y'all know that show, How It's Made, it sounds like that. So, I don't know anything about cars, but wow, that really sounds like it would come from that show. So, never mind that, let's get back to this. After I removed the gas distributor cover from behind, remove the cylinder head cover and remove the bearing house, and calmly remove the camshafts. Having previously marked the position, there's just a little bit left. Having safely reached the part needed, I pressed it with my finger to check the operation of the compensators. There's no resistance, which means that the part needs to be replaced. How good that I guess with the solution. I used a special magnet and removed the faulty parts and put them on the toolbox. Now behind the warehouse for new parts, I lubricated them with special oil and installed them in the car. Now it remains to attach all the other parts back. The car was prepared and ready for operation, but the owner of the car has yet to come forward. We will have to wait. During the time I was repairing this Ford, May also got a job. I cleaned up my workplace behind me and sat down in an armchair. May was finishing up with the car and also came to me. He silently sat down in an armchair and took a can of beer out of the refrigerator. Care to help what the problem is? Yes, there were many variants of what happened to the car, but I was lucky to do something that fixed the problem. It's good, so what was the problem? And a hydraulic compensator. Yes, this happens sometimes. At the same moment, a car drove into the auto repair shop. May noticed it too and looked at me. I'll go. Don't count a raise, we have a fit salary. The car stopped at a specially designated place. A man got out of the car and came towards me, not in the direction of his car. My wheels were broken. You need to change it. We'll do it. When is it convenient for you to pick up the car? Preferably as soon as possible. Will 15 minutes be enough for you? Quite. Good. I'll come back in 15 minutes. I hope the car will be ready by this time. The man quickly left. I turned my gaze toward the car. A Chevrolet Corvette. If I'm not mistaken, it's an expensive car. I ran close to examine the wheels of the car. Two wheels were punctured only on one side of the car, and it looks like they were punctured on purpose. The Chevrolet literally came here on two wheels. Before I started removing the wheels, I went to the warehouse and took with me two wheels that should fit the size of the car. I brought the wheels to the car and put them on top of the other. The man had custom-made wheels, so I will change the rubber and not the whole wheel. I did the work efficiently in a short time. The man came exactly 15 minutes later. Is everything ready? Yes. After paying, he quickly got into his car and left just as quickly. During this time, he just sat in an armchair and rested. I went to him. So what? Nothing. You saw everything yourself. I have nothing else to do but watch you work. You can look at how others work endlessly. Yes, it's true. Ray got up from his wheelchair and went to the exits. I'm getting some fresh air. Don't get bored. Oh no, it's much better here without you. Yeah, of course. When he's gone, I just sat in the armchair for a while and then I dozed off a little. Hey John! I opened my eyes and checked my watch. 17:01. What is it? There are cops here. Did you do something? No. Do it them yourself. Ray walked away from the entrance and sat down in a chair. I went to the entrance of the auto repair shop and saw a police car that stopped in front of the entrance. The policeman got out of the car and came towards me. When he got closer, he stopped in front of me and took out his ID card. After showing it to me, he introduced himself. I'm Cole Reno, the SCD agent, Speed Limit Control Department. We're looking for one car that, according to our data, has been in this area. The car was damaged and we have suspects that he might have appeared in this place. Have you seen this car? Cole took out a photo of the Chevrolet I was changing tires for. I didn't see any point in hiding it. Yes, I did. A man drove this car here about an hour ago. He asked me to change the wheels, and then the ones that were on his car, they were punctured. Do you replace the wheels? Of course, even if he is a criminal, I see no reason to refuse. He paid me for the work and I did it. Do you see where this man went? Fortunately not, he left quickly. Thank you for the information. Good luck. The policeman turned around and quickly returned to his car. To stand in for a while, they left. I watched him for a while, then went over to Manny. He was sitting in a chair and drinking. However, as always, I sat down in my chair. Ray looked around me and put the beer on the table. Well, what did they want? Apparently, they needed the guy I changed the wheels for. At least they were looking for his car. Everything happens. Until the end of the worker shift, no one else came to us. Before leaving, we cleaned everything up behind us and placed the auto repair shop. The clock showed 2050. Ice will stick to the same routine as I stayed. The first thing I did was take a shower. When I got out of bed and stood in the middle of the living room, I looked out the windowsill. There was a small flower pot, and I think I forgot to water the flower yesterday. I'll water it now. In the kitchen, I filled a clean glass of water and watered the flower. Red rose, beautiful but at the same time dangerous. Perfect. Prepare the clothes in which I will go to night work and lay down to rest. Just checking the time. Okay. This time I woke up about 22:29. I was home. I'd come a little later, nothing much will change, although sometimes it turns out that when you go out earlier, you're late, and when you go out later, you come even earlier. I changed into a long sleeve t-shirt and dark jeans, making sure that I did not forget to turn off the iron. Oh, something else. I left the house. When I entered the building, for some reason, I looked to the left towards the stage. I shouldn't have looked there. Literally, I sat there, someone knocked me down. When I fell to the floor, I realized that was Fancy. She just knocked me down, which caused the two of us to fall. She lay on top of me. Who is there? She kissed me on the cheek. I wasn't particularly surprised by this. I think I'm getting used to it. Love to eat too, Fancy. I should have looked to the right. At least I stayed on my feet. Fancy was lying on top of me and looking at me. It wasn't as heavy as I thought. I think she raised a little less than me. She said slightly. Are you going to lie there? At least try to get up. Something tells me you won't let me go so easily. And you're smart. Okay, get up. You have things to do. Fancy slowly got off me and sat down on the floor next to me. I just lay there looking at Fancy. I don't fully understand what feelings it causes me, but these feelings are more likely to be good. Ooh, our main character has a crush on Fancy. Although, the very beginning of the game, Fancy literally made us bleed, so I'm not sure what feelings this main character has for Fancy, but okay. I slowly got to my feet and was about to leave, but when I looked at Fancy, she did not move from her place. Continuing to sit on the floor, I went up to her and held my hand out to her. How cute. Take my hand, she abruptly rose to her feet. She did not let go of my hand. Well, I still need to work. I headed for the office, letting Fancy. She followed me calmly. When I entered the office, the first thing I did was check the computer. It was turned on, which means that no one else touched it, and most likely no one else entered the building except me. Fancy still didn't want to let go of my hand. I shook my hand slightly. Let go already. I'm not running away from you anywhere. Does she not believe me, or has someone already run away from her? How much can I find out such details? Just ask. Come on, I promise. Oh well. But keep in mind that's useless to run away. There's nowhere to run anyway. She didn't let go of my hand, but I still stayed close to me. As I promised, I did not run away from her. Even if he hadn't promised, she hadn't. Still wouldn't have run away. I went to the desk and opened the drawer. There was no equipment in it. And where? I remember that I had left my equipment in the locker. Going to the right one, I opened it and carefully set aside everything that prevented me from getting to the equipment. I decided to take away a flashlight because there was no gun and barrel on their shotguns, simply not needed. As soon as I took the flashlight in my hands, Fancy quickly and deftly snatched it out. I didn't expect anything else, so I probably should have given it to her right away. I restored her to the locker and closed it. Are you happy? Yes. She turned on the flashlight and pointed it to her, and at her eyes. Well, yeah. It seems that she didn't care about him. A reaction from her eye. Turned my head slightly to the side and I was being by standing in the doorway of my office. You again. Hi. Oh, you still watch me. Let's something more interesting happens. I'll take your word for it. In the meantime, can you leave me alone? Instead of answer, she just left. Apparently this is the answer, yes. That's fun. I need to get to work. Probably clean up Foxy Maple soon today since Foxy is with me. Remember that in addition to various garbage, the room was almost completely covered in confetti. I took a broom with me in addition to the garbage bag. When I got to the office door, I nodded to Foxy. Let's go. She ran up to me and took my hand. All the time we were walking, I had a feeling that I was being watched. I guess that was pretty mine, but I didn't see her and didn't really want to see her. No offense to her, I had someone to look at. This one was holding my hand and walking beside me. When I entered the room, Foxy immediately let me know and literally jumped on her stage. Mingle came up to her, waved happily at me when she looked at me. Hi, John. Hey, you're kind of funny today, compared to what you were yesterday. I think I changed at any moment. It's true. We should probably sweep the floor first, and then do everything else. Taking a broom, I made them to sweep away the cafe into a small pile almost at the ends of the room. Silence, this is somehow inconvenient. You need to tell about something, right? You're silent. I turned to them and realized they would just silently watch my actions. This is a little creepy. And you're watching, a little uncomfortable, don't you think? Sorry. Made looked away, but she continued to look straight into my eyes. I looked at her and noticed that she didn't blink. Well, she's not human and can't blink out already. We laughed at each other for a few minutes, and after I blinked, she laughed alone. I knew you couldn't stand it. In order to test whether I could stand it or not, you had to look at me without taking your eyes off me. It's more interesting this way. I turned away from them and continued to sweep the floor. For some reason, I remembered about the flashlight that Foxy took away from me. I didn't need it right now, but it seems to me that it's better to let me have it. I turned to look at Foxy's stage, but I didn't see her there. I started to look around the room and also sat on the stage near the mangle. She was saying something to her in a low voice. I didn't hear what exactly. How does it move so quietly? I didn't even hear footsteps. Hey, Foxy. Return the flashlight. I don't have the flashlight. I left it somewhere in the office. Great. Raising the confetti into a small pile, I threw the broom aside, but I didn't hear the sound as it fell. Turning my head to the side, I was not at all surprised when I noticed Foxy. She caught the broom when it was still in the air and held it in her hand. She smiled and handed it to me. I picked it up. Thank you, of course. I lightly threw the broom in the air and caught it with my other hand, holding it aside, stretching out my hand, and defiantly let go of the broom. He fell to the floor with a slight thud. My first sweeper. Whatever you say, John, but I don't think so. She didn't move. It's not for me to decide what she said to, but she does, right? No, she's up to something. That's for sure. I'll try to keep an eye on her. While I'm here, when I turned away to get the garbage, I heard a rustling sound. Turning around, I noticed Foxy walking towards the stage. Made looked at her with a smile. I suspect something will happen. Something. Opening the garbage bag, I began to put the garbage in that was near the folding table. Suddenly, Mingle called me. John? Yes. I turned around and saw that Mingle was sitting on her stage with her legs laying down, and Foxy was standing near her with her hands behind her back. Sorry. For what? For this? Foxy threw her hands up and slightly spun on the spot, scattering confetti in different directions. I noticed the pile of confetti that was near the door, and I noticed it was smaller than before. Foxy made her laughed. I put the bag on the floor and picked up the broom. Approaching the stage, I threw the broom at their feet. They stopped laughing and looked at me in disbelief. Now clean up after yourself. Are you seriously? I took a deep breath. No, unfortunately. I climbed onto the stage and quickly swept all the confetti from it to the pile near the door. This time I decided to immediately put it all in the garbage bag. So as I started doing this, Foxy started talking, clearly holding back her laughter. I'm glad that you're learning from your mistakes. Okay, so I noticed this is whenever I was playing it through the first time, but Foxy's name becomes Freddy right here, so just yeah. Could you do it again? Of course. After putting all the sweets in the bag, I continued to clean up the space around the tables. When the last plastic plate was thrown out, and I put the bag aside and looked at the tables stacked on top of each other, Mingle and Foxy came up to me. Maybe you need help? Now we'll find out. I went to the tables and took the top up. To my surprise, it was very light. Calmly picked it up and with both hands put it on the floor. Now, very light, I can handle it myself. Mingle looked off to the side. Foxy continued to look at me with a smile. If you don't mind, I'll help anyway. She picked up one of the tables as easily as I did and placed it next to one I had set up. Fonzie looked at us for a while and quietly mumbled something and also joined us. Did she just decide to do this for the company or because people does it? There were a few tables, most of the room was occupied by seats. But to rearrange her tables and chairs, there were even less free space. Looked around the room, everything was good. I think I'm here, we're done. That's all, at least it's clearer than it was. Yeah, thanks. In this case, I have to leave. See you later. Bye, John. I was glad to see you. Fonzie slowly came to me and kissed me. England giggled at this time. With Fonzie some kissing, I looked into my eyes and hugged me. In principle, I didn't really resist and what to do in such a situation. Besides, I promised her. Don't run away from her. At least this promise no longer valid. Bye, John. See you. To the garbage bag and everything else. I'm glad with me and left the room. I took them back to my office. I threw the room in the same place. Where to play now? Thinking of the BB church sharply, I caught up to spring by and quickly walking around the corner. Oop. Oh. Well, of course she said that she would always be there. I guess I should just probe with it. Looked at the computer and remembered about the folder called records. Why not check it out? I sat down on the chair and moved closer to the computer. Opening the desired folder, I found a lot of videos there. Over the first video I came across, I quickly realized that I used recorders for cameras. Cameras, damn! I forgot to turn on the cameras in the second quarter in the room made while Fonzie. Okay, some other time. They were both records, both during the day and night. Wonder if I'll be able to find the record of that person was captured. What's his name? James? Yes. I think that was his name. But at first I need a photo of him because I didn't remember what he looked like. Opened the personal phone and quickly found his dossier. I collapsed the document to a small window so that its photo was visible and continued to view the entries. I heard footsteps. I could turn out. It's probably Spring Bonnie again. Hi, what are you doing? You said you were a security guard. When I spoke to it, I jerked in surprise and fell off my chair. This happens sometimes. One day when I was working on my laptop, I was about to leave and I completely forgot my headphones were connected to it. It was always expected when I got them and the laptop fell to the floor. Are you okay? Yeah. It was Chica and Freddy. I took a quick glance at my mind and continued to search for a desired entry. They came up and began to observe my action. I'm not a security guard, but that doesn't mean I can't use the computer, right? I don't think it's better if you don't touch it. You worry too much about nothing. I agree with her, John. You can accidentally do something that is not necessary. Probably this is true, but my curiosity took me far. I just wanted to look at what this person was doing, rather than why he turned off the cameras. So my recording is going pretty on, so I will stop that here. Seems like my memory failed me, so either in the next video or the video afterwards, we will have a character who the story will mainly revolve around, other than our main character. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Yeah, again, the link to this game will be in the description down below. I may add other links down there to the website that I made for my games and all that too. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. And yeah, that's it for this video. Everyone have a very good day.